Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and they continue with Experience 112 Blind. Now, I'm a little bit stuck here because I can't find the key to the room where I would synthesize the oxygen. So what I think I'm going to do... Okay, so the game actually crashed mid-sentence, but what I was saying is I didn't find the key to the room where I could synthesize the oxygen. So I guess what I have to do is go around and, search for it. I'll return to the doctor's office here, because it seems to me it would be one of the places where it could potentially be. And maybe I overlooked it by not clicking, enough times on a particular location for Lea to take notice of it. Okay, so nothing here. Nothing here either, it seems. Aha, there was a keycard here the entire time.
I found the hospital key.
She just didn't take it before, but at least it saves me a little bit of backtracking. I was afraid I would have to go a lot further back. So let's open the file in the meantime about the manufacturing of the oxygen. She should be able to open the door now. Nothing to do with the computer? She doesn't comment on this either. Weird. And this, I'm pretty sure, is where the actual drug
I think that the chamber is where the hydroxide oxygen ingredients need to be mixed.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to remember the procedure. The ingredients to the second part need to be mixed first. Ingredient B is already in the chamber. And ingredient A? Yes, that's the triethylene oxide we found in the dispensary. We can start. An icon should have appeared on your map. The chamber is perhaps controlled by the security system, but this time I launched it on autopilot. You don't need to do anything. Looks like it's working.
So, what now?
Perfect. Here's the second part of the mix. Now the final preparation. Hey, I think there's a problem. Nothing doing. I need your help for this. Can you connect to the chamber, please? Thank you. I imagine the system is prompting you for a code. Not everyone was authorized to use this equipment.
I think Malik had a code for that.
Take a look at Dr. Melick's personal record. He might have marked it somewhere.
Mixing room. So, I don't think this is it.
Without your help, I won't be able... Done? Okay. A control panel should have appeared on your screen. It will let you control the bionic arm inside the chamber. But first, the machine needs to be booted. Can you take care of it? I don't remember what the control panel looks like, but I imagine there's a button to set everything to 0. Try. We'll figure it out eventually. Excellent. Now we can launch the process. If I remember correctly, the arm contains many motors and can move horizontally. Yes, it's all coming back to me. You should use the spacebar to move the arm vertically and use the keyboard arrows to move it horizontally. It's not that complicated. Ready? In any case, if you're lost, you can just reboot the chamber. I've placed the 2 ingredients for part A of the hydroxide oxygen in the mixer. The metal cylinders at the top of the chamber are filled now. Your first task is to pull the liquid from the first cylinder, the red one on the left with a bionic arm syringe. Refer to the doctor's files to gauge the quantity of liquid to extract.
Okay, so 5 units from the red vial. But how do I change the amount? Because this is wrong. But maybe it's only after I connect. It's difficult to gauge the depth perception here. Ah, okay, it's switched because I'm looking, from the other side. So left is right in this case, but it has to. But does it work if I do it in the different order? Because I took 3 from this, so it should be okay. But question is, will it work if I do the red part later?
So now we need to heat the mix by placing the glass orb directly on the laser. First, the camera has to be in thermal vision mode. Can you initiate it?
Okay, 42 degrees. So...
We found the thermal vision add-on in the doctor's office. Thanks. Now let me explain this to you. The temperature will rise when the laser passes through the orb, and will continue to rise as long as it stays there. If it's offset, the temperature will drop. The reaction has to be stopped at 42 degrees, no more, no less. As soon as we reach that temperature, move the arm quickly. Understood? Okay, let's do it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there has to be an easier way to do this, like hold it in place or something, but I'm not sure, to be honest, and it is working.
The mix is already hot. Watch the temperature.
Just not particularly well, but...
Move the arm away now, quick. I didn't think we'd pull it off. What a victory. I'm going to validate that objective.
The crystal she wears on her neck, it has like a very weird heat signature because it's hot in the middle and cold on the outside.
Now, let's hurry to get to the inhalation tank on the first inner deck.
Okay, will she go there on her own? It's actually quite refreshing to see that. It seems so, yeah. Well, I guess that's the end of my luck, because she isn't going any further without me prompting her. Okay, go down there. You'd think she would go, on her own. She clearly knows what she has to do now, and not to mention, it's supposedly critical to her health to do it, so I'm not sure why she needs any kind of encouragement from me. Come on. Okay, now let's go in here. Okay, so the game crashed again. It seems to be pretty prone to doing that. So let me get back to here.
Yuck! What infection? Hurry, I can't stay here very long.
Is she going to search the corpses?
You want me to search these? No, I can't do it. It's making me nauseous.
Well, you're not going to go very far if you refuse to search for clues.
No papers on this guy. I don't know this man. Probably an assistant. Okay then. One more corpse to go. Stay strong. Ressa Leeglen. No, I don't know her. Maybe a new recruit? Look at her. She has a familiar face. This must be his daughter. Matilda. Nice name. I wouldn't be surprised if Professor Leegland chose it as his password. There's nothing left to do here. Let's go into the inhalation laboratory.
Okay, that was a very heavy-handed clue, but let's do it. I think it was written differently. How was it? R. Lee Glind. And then Mathilda. Oh, wait, again. Mathilda. Okay, so does she have a code to the door? Code to the door access between this and this. Okay, does it work? Yes, it does.
We made it. Finally.
And I guess this is the inhalation chamber. Okay, I didn't do that, but it was still kind of hilarious. Now it
Here we
closed
are.
in her face.
I've waited so long for this moment.
Okay, I needed to open it for her.
This is the chamber control console. We have all the ingredients to make the hydroxide oxygen. We just have to get it started.
Apparently you're supposed to be strapped down
The chamber still works. That's lucky. Let's go.
when you inhale it, which seems to indicate that it's not entirely pleasant.
Wherever you go, whoever you are, no matter what, I'll come to you. Even out there at the ends of the earth, without the sun and without air, I'll open the way beneath your feet. A path.
Tickles my nose.
That's normal. Don't worry.
It burns. Ouch! Are you sure there's no danger?
Of course. Go ahead, breathe deeply. The product must be fully diffused in your lungs.
No, it hurts. I can't take it anymore.
Come on now. It's almost over.
Let me out of here. I quit.
The process cannot be interrupted. It would be most dangerous to you.
It hurt. Ow.
Proceed.
No.
This man I heard screaming. For certain receptors, hydroxide oxygen is a painful poison. If only there was a mirror. Do you think I've changed? Thanks for having led me here. Without you, I never would have made it.
To me, she doesn't look that different.
But we're not done. On the contrary, it's only just begun.
What's my next objective?
There. I validated the objectives we recorded. Now we need new ones. The tank entrance lock is close. We need the key. Then we have to access the bathyscaphes and leave the tanker. Not a minute to lose. I must honor the appointment I've made.
So will she be willing to investigate the security station now? I guess in the meantime, as she's walking, I might check the files of the woman, Rasa Lignant. Okay, I've read that already, with the description of how HO was synthesized and whatnot. Language pack. I don't think I read this. So, normal human beings demonstrate intolerance to hydroxide oxygen, but 9 times out of 10 demonstrate an allergic hypersensibility fatal upon inhalation. Certain subjects, known as receptors, respond better. They survive pursuant to the absorption of a variety of quantity of HO typically insufficient for an immersion into the saturated Tyrade's universe. Again, I'm kind of thrown and kind of confused by the use of the word universe. I still don't know if it's an actual alien world. Other information seem to have pointed out in the direction of it being inside the Earth, like very deep. In fact, the creatures fully adapted to the presence of HO are endemic. The Tyrades. How do they resist the noxious effects of the substance? Recent research has established the role of pheromone in their natural defense. By emitting quantities of pheromones up to 1 million daily for communication Tyrades, they secrete a kind of antidote against HO's acidity and causticity. In other words, the more exchanges undertaken with other Tyrades, the less HO is noxious. The solution for our human test subjects might be to intensify their communications with the language pack to endure the compound's effects. Okay, so it's kind of weird. It's by talking, like because of the fact that the Tyrades communicate by smell. The more they talk, the more it diffuses the toxicity of the hydrate oxide. The inhalation chamber represents a technical challenge for our teams. It's crucial to be able to control to the nearest millimeter the quantity of oxygen absorbed by the receptors, as an overdose might be lethal while an underdosage would generate allergic reactions. Therefore, a precisely calibrated vortex of suspended drops, rather than a cloud surrounding the subject, must be inhaled into the respiratory tract at a well-defined rate. The absorption can be very painful. In particular, the nasal mucous membranes respond negatively to the presence of HO. The chamber is therefore equipped with straps and restraining belt to restrain agitated receptors. We foresee the application of inhalations with local anesthetic in order to perfect the process. The tests are ongoing. Okay, and she has no sensitive files. So, with that read, will she finally be willing to enter the security station, or will I have to go all the way back to the deck and then go back here, which would be pretty annoying, I have to say.
No way. I don't use weapons. I'm a scientist, not a soldier. Sorry, I have no idea how to use this.
Well, I just don't want it to overlook something.
Let's take a look at the keys. A control console should have appeared on your screen. It reflects the panel, divided into different compartments. Point to your selection, and I'll take the corresponding key from the pile. We need to find the entrance lock area access key. Remember, there was a metal plate with an inscription. That should help us identify the right one.
Oh, come on. Come on, you're not going to tell me? I think it was 06 at the end or something. But... Come on. Was I supposed to...
The lighting is low. I can't see the keys very well. It's up to you to lead me.
Why can't you take them all?
Aha! There's the key we're looking for.
Is it? To be honest, I'm not sure. I seem to remember it ended in 06, but I don't remember the details of it. Can she take the other ones? Okay, maybe it was the correct key because the whole segment has disappeared. So if it was kind of a matter of blind luck. Well, not entirely blind. I did kind of remember that it ended in 06.
I wonder if the station is still working.
But apart from that...
Yeah, looks like it's working. Is that me? There's a camera here? I don't recognize myself. I'm so skinny. Looks like my body burned all its reserves. I'm skin and bones. Strange, since I'm not even hungry.
Will she search the corpse? Okay, it seems she's not particularly interested in doing that. Seems a bit of a thing to overlook, to be honest. If she's here, she might as well look through it. But I can't seem to point her in the right direction. So, Well, I guess it's time to go and check if the key works. Hopefully it does. I would be pretty annoyed if I had to backtrack all the way from the other side of the deck to here, but I am kind of reassured by the fact that the whole segment with the locks, with the lockers, I mean, disappeared when I took one of them. So it seems to me to point to the fact that it was actually the correct one. I've already chased away the wild dogs that were barring my passage. Although you'd think in such a long time, a couple of hours, they would have eaten the rat, but hopefully they didn't, yeah. Unless they did, because I don't see the rat anymore, but she isn't scared to go across, so I guess she considered them pacified. Okay. CT06, yeah, right. So I did remember it correctly. There's at least that. Come on. I must say the gimmick of this game has kind of overstayed its welcome. Like, I still feel it's kind of cool and original, but she's walking very slowly, and the feeling of being totally unable to, control her makes it a lot more frustrating, because if your player character is moving even very slowly, then at least you can take solace in the fact that
CT06T. Yes, that's the one.
That you're directly...
Before going down there, let me flick the area server switch.
That we're directly controlling the character, and you can influence at least the direction at which it moves, or, make a detour or something. Whereas here, I am a passive observer of her, waddling about slowly, and it's a little bit tiresome at points. I still give this game points for originality. I'm just saying it's not all fun and games. Oh, that's a pretty large section there.
The water seeped in everywhere. Gladly the tanks aren't flooded. I hope we can find a bathyscaphe that works. Incredible! A jungle in the guts of the ship. I'm updating the objectives.
There's someone...
Up there! It's lit up. It looks like a shack. Hey! Hello? Anyone there?
What's the...
Hush, hush, hush. Not a sound. Shh, silence. The beasts are wandering. They find this hideout, we're done. Chewed up and spit out. Nasty creatures. Yuck. Yuck.
What?
Lea Nichols. I know you. You've slept a long time. 34 years, 411 months, 12,216 days. Alone. All alone.
How?
Okay,
34 years?
this is impossible.
No more, no less, my girl. I know how to count.
How is that possible? I should have aged. I should be dead of hunger. Who are you?
I'm the commanding officer of this ship. It's mine. All those living here are at my command. And you too. You must obey me. And so, answer me. What did you do to our dogs? Did you poison them? You evildoer.
Not at all.
Shh, shh. You don't know what's in store for you. Beasts everywhere. No time to sleep. They watch over the smallest weakness. We have to get rid of them. There. Up there on the funnel. The bird's nest. An egg. It's going to hatch. A new little monster? Bring it to me. We'll reward you. I can't do it. Vertigo.
You want me to go get an egg, is that it?
Quickly, quickly. I want that egg.
Go on, it'll be quick. What a strange character. And how does he know my name? Strange mission to be sent for an egg. Bah, why not? That's one way to make a friend. I'm updating the objectives. Show me the way to the funnels. You can find them on the ship area map in the shared folders.
First, wouldn't you want to, investigate this part a bit?
This way, this way. So, did you get the eggs?
The hermit has sent me on a mission and promised me a reward. Let's not make him wait. He might change his mind.
Okay. So I guess this area is kind of restricted to me for the moment. What's my objective? Retrieve the bird egg.
The egg I must bring to the hermit is at the top of the funnel, at the stern of the ship.
The stern of the ship, so I guess I'm going out again. Over here, right? Okay, so the game crashed again, which I'm not going to lie, it's kind of annoying, but well. I need to go back to the stern of the ship, so over here presumably, and look for the egg, which unfortunately is probably going to take a while. And the worst thing is, I can't just point her towards a certain point at the end of the map and wait for her to go there, because she's going to stop from time to time. If it was just a case of waiting, then I could read some files in the meantime or something, because there are still some directories I haven't fully explored. But as is, I don't think she can manage this without me reminding her, which way is forward from time to time. Well, is she going or... Yeah, as you can see, she has stopped. Because she's feeble-minded or whatever, and needs to be babysitted all the way through. So, that's kind of annoying, but oh well. The dogs are just standing in place. Kind of weird, since it seems they've already eaten the rat, so I'm not sure why they aren't in the slightest bit interested in Lea, but well. Yeah, it's a little bit cumbersome the way this system moves, and I must say it gets tiresome pretty quickly. Even though it's pretty original, it's just not that rewarding, to be honest. Because I don't feel any special kinship with her character or anything. It's not like she's overly interesting, or or a very unique character in terms of her personality. So I just don't feel particularly great about waiting ages for her to accomplish anything, moving at this very slow pace. Maybe now she will go, up even further, because there was a part around here where there was another staircase that she didn't want to take initially. Okay, there are some birds here, so maybe the egg is around here as well. I guess maybe she will comment on it.
The funnels. We're at the top of the ship.
Indeed, but what now? Is she stuck or what? Kind of looks like it. She's moving back and forth.
So this is where the birds made their nest.
Up there? So is the egg? Oh, she scaled it. Okay.
How can I grab the egg? Any ideas?
Well, if you're there, you could just, use your hands or something. That's actually pretty impressive that she climbed this. I assume it's a chimney or something.
I wonder if the siren would scare the bird.
Oh, right, because there's...
Good riddance. Now I have to get down without breaking it.
Ah, so you already have it. Okay. So, will she know where to go, or do we have to babysit her again?
Now let's go find the hermit. I hope the dogs leave me be. I'm going to take a minute. Why don't you use it to read up on a few more base personnel files?
Okay, so at least she's going to go on her own this time, which I can indeed use, because Malik had a few passwords saved. Alan Morin I've read, but there is N. Namrick and this guy, Edwards. Oh, it's Nancy Edwards. It's the woman that was propositioned with some weird things. Okay, so H. Namrik. Password Kim. Does he have any codes to anything interesting? Store entrance. Okay, might be useful later on. How about his email? My love. Hello Kim, what's up? I've been waiting for 2 hours. Why were you waiting for me? Had a date. Oh really? That's possible, might have forgotten. Sorry, I'm in the middle of the inventory, I haven't got any sleep. You're not getting out of this that easily, Kim. We've scheduled the date 3 weeks ago, and I bought everything we need for an intimate dinner. Foie gras, champagne, and you know how hard is it to get hands on champagne on this ship. So nothing is lost. You can just have it without me. Why don't you take me seriously, Kim? Password Kim. Okay, so he gave her his secret code or something, which is pretty weird, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't do that as a profession of my love. That's kind of weirdly, like, that's not something you would do usually. I would think it's like giving somebody your bank account details to prove your love. Like, if anything, it proves to me that you're not, you know, entirely okay in the mental department. Kim, my love. Am I bothering you? No time. I want to talk. I'm feeling down. This is the 7th message you've sent since yesterday. Don't you care that I'm sad? Of course I do, but you're making things difficult. Code to my sensitive files. What do you want me to do with that? Read my files. I wrote a lot about you. Okay, this is disturbing. You gave me your password. Yukabu. Okay, so I'll read that later, but for now, let's enter this. Okay, it's a little bit cluttered, so let's clear it a little bit. How is she doing, actually? Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so first, the personal files. Will she return the egg on her own, or do I have to guide her? Because actually, at the moment, the latter would be more beneficial to me. Okay, it seems she's standing in place, so I'll use the remainder of the time to read Namrik's files. Hope and regrets. Before meeting Kim, I merely had an imperfect and erroneous view of love. I was inclined to believe, as many scientists, that our emotions were dictated by nature simply as a procreation instinct. This is false, I know that now. There's much more. I'm quite smitten with Kim. I was too quick on the draw and admitted to her my feelings before she was aware of her own. I wanted her to commit, but she wasn't ready. I regret this today. If I had to do it all again... No, this isn't how it works. Where the opportunity presents itself, it must be seized or else. I've perhaps let the chance of my lifetime slip by. Tank Electrical Systems contains a very simplified electrical system allowing easy maintenance and installation. The maintenance effort was designed specifically for the tanks on the lower level of the ship due to the high moisture which demands rapid access in case of an accident. Therefore, every tank is linked with only one giant SMAX type fuse of very high intolerance, up to 7000 watts, This is what protects the circuit system and controls the lights, the doors, and all electrical appliances. The fuses melt very rarely. The bow locker nonetheless stocks new fuses in case of an emergency. The fuses are located in A4 level 28 in the following order. Okay, this is surely going to be relevant at some point. The bathyscaphs. There are 3 Eden-based bathyscaphs with a non-functional 4th dedicated to providing spare parts. It is a biaxial propulsion single-seat submarine designated for maintenance operations and tasks at medium depths up to 200 meters. Each vehicle is equipped with a Flexar 200 pressurization system, a 4-speed feedback bionic arm, halogen spotlights, frontal, ventral, and dorsal, and test kits. Its semi-automatic turbines allow all kinds of movements. They can perform with a maximum per unit power of 560 watts, which propel the 6-ton engine at a speed of 12 knots, 20 tapered knots. Our bathyscaphs meet surveiller military standards. Okay, in the sensitive files, it has always appeared to me within the Eden base, tank employees held a special status. They hardly fraternize with the rest of the personnel. They undertake their research independently, and some refuse to visit the other parts of the ship. This trait is particularly salient in Stephen Algoon and his team, lodged in tanks number 7 and 8. These are truly mysterious people. I have never engaged in a conversation with them. They avoid any and all questions and bar everyone's access to their labs, including the 2 security officers. Not surprising that rumors are abound about them. They say that tanks number 7 is haunted and that number 8 contains a nuclear weapon, or that the human test subjects are vivisected. I don't know where the truth lies. One thing is certain, no one should hang around the last of the tanks. Tank CT8's incubator system. I entered the tank number 8 when Algon's team was unable to resolve a local overheating problem. What I discovered was astounding, a kind of incubating tree loaded with organic eggs with non-human embryos. With much reticence, I don't know that word, but necessary for the repair, one of the professor's assistants explained to me how this strange machine worked. Its vegetal appearance, like a standing ligneous seaweed, conceals metallic stakes and a dense network of dietary tubes, vessels through which water and oxygen flows. Sensors constantly control the plant's electrical activity. A chemical solute, hydroxin or hydroxide oxygen, I've forgotten the name, is injected every 3 hours in the main artery, without which I am told the tree would die. I await new opportunity to visit the tank. I doubt it will be anytime soon. So they were growing one of the alien plants in the ship itself, so I guess that explains how it may be overgrown later on the different parts of the ship, and that's why the alien plants are here in addition to the regular plants. And my love, I type here a few words while the base and perhaps you sleep. 3 hours now that I've been working on the bathyscaph turbine that refuses to spin, and soon I will need to rest myself. The workflow has been hellish for the last few weeks. You were surprised by my endurance yesterday. Well, it's not natural. Melik has prescribed me a powerful psychotropic drug that allows me to work all night, but is also making me extremely dependent. I can feel it. My dosage needs to be increased more and more to maintain the same effect, and the regimen is costing me an arm and leg. I'd love to have you at my side. Forget all my troubles in the warmth of your embrace, and forget these dirty blue pills that I swallow by the dozen. Right back, while the silence. Okay, access code to the tank door. I have nothing to hide, and I'm in no mood for numbers and guessing games. I admit, however, that I have shivered when I read, behind a twisted and half-burned plate bought to me for a replacement, the following code. I understood immediately that this could be the tank's number 7 access code, the mysterious tank, which is the source of much rumor since the access to it is forbidden. Shall I be the one to reveal this secret? I tremble just to think about it. Okay, so I have a couple of other files to read, perhaps in the future, but it's not needed now. For now, I'm going to save, because this episode is even a little bit longer than it should be, and I'm going to end it here. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.